It's been a couple weeks since we last had our last character trailers for the Trail in the Sky remake with both Chloe and Agate's, and now finally, Tita and Zin are here to wrap up the main cast of characters for the character trailers. And of course, we also have the regional introduction Zeiss trailer as well. So, of course, it's time to go back in, dive on in, react to it, watch it, all that sorts of cool stuff, talk about it, break down some stuff. So yeah, I think just like how I was structuring things last time, I'll just do the same. I'll go in for like a blind watch first, and then going in after that, we'll go into the breakdown and reaction stuff. So let's just go ahead and jump right on in.
Racers are so reliable.
They
My
certainly
name
are,
is
Tita.
I'm an apprentice at the Central
Oh, the
Factory
music.
in Zeiss.
Oh, that's the cave where they first meet, right?
I'll explain it as simply as I can. Inside an orbment, there are crystal circuits called quartz.
Right, yes, of course. Ormond.
Grandpa,
Oh, it's Professor Russell. Looking good.
This is
There we go,
exciting.
pulling out the minigun. Nice.
Target aligned to
Steamrolling
elevation
through the
20
enemies.
degrees.
Oh, the cannon!
Mobile energy at 30%
That looks
charge.
good. Oh, man.
And
Oh, that's cute with the wrench.
Hey, Brat.
Oh,
Told you to
damn,
stay
Agate.
put, didn't I?
You know the
You
slapper
only
like
be in
that.
the way.
it's
Oh,
not right.
okay, I think I remember where this is.
These
Aw,
squishy
that's
cheeks
cute.
are just so irresistible.
Still.
Estelle, don't hug me so tight.
You're squishing her still.
Trails in the Sky, first chapter.
Okay, that was cute.
Accepting
That was
pre-orders
cute.
There
Okay,
has to be something
so there
I
was
can
some, a lot of it was really cute. There certainly is
do.
Tita.
Welcome.
A lot of it was just really cute stuff, which, you know, very fitting for Tita with how adorable she is. But they had something big in there with, like, the scene where Agate slapped her. So that's definitely going to be my main focus of talking point. But overall, very cute. Very great way to show just how adorable and cheerful she is. You know, one of the biggest lights of the team alongside Estelle. All right, Jin, moving on to you.
That was quite a workout. Oh, perfect timing.
Okay,
Hey there,
that's when
young
he
ones. Can I ask
meets
you
him by the
something?
fortress, I think?
Oh, he's so big. A bear.
A bear, huh? Well, whatever. The name's Zin.
Poor Jin.
I'm with the
Oh,
guild
that's
over in the Republic.
the fighting ring
Nice to meet you, Racers of
in
Liberal.
Granthal? Oh
All
my
right,
God, his
let's
craft
team
looks
up.
sick.
I had originally planned to see how far I could go on my own.
Yeah, this is definitely all the
Now that
Granthal
I've got
stuff.
backup,
I mean, this is
I've got
definitely
no choice but to aim
oh
for
the
the top.
aggro taunt.
I got your backs. I swear
Oh,
upon the name Immovable.
I don't remember that
Yeah.
craft in the original game.
We're in it to win it.
Hell
We'll have to
yeah,
make sure we don't drag Zin down.
the immovable.
No need to be so cautious. Your abilities are nearly on par.
And
with
that's when
Senior
Olivier
Racer.
pops up.
Just focus on giving it your all.
Oh
All
my
right,
God, they made
let's
him
get
look so
out there.
badass. Okay, so what I was trying to say earlier, it
First
makes sense
chapter.
that like majority of his
Accepting
trailers, like
pre-orders now.
the fighting
for a
tournament
fight.
in Granthal
Watch my back.
towards the end of the game, because that's pretty much like
Falcon.
that's pretty much like the bulk of his screen time. In the majority of his biggest moments, I guess, in Sky 1 are in that fighting tournament. So that makes sense. That was cool to see a little bit more about that. Here, the new music they've got for that, the new remix on that, that's cool. Showing the kind of the part where Olivier pulls up, and that was funny, showing the reaction with Tita and Dorothy all seeing him and acting like, oh my God, he's so huge, he's like a bear. That was great, and they had a great demonstration, of his strength there. That was sick. Actually, first, before I go ahead and start talking about the biggest one I want to talk about with Tita's trailer, with the Agate slapping her and all that stuff, I want to talk about the scene they showed with Tita and Professor Russell, because I was looking back at it, and I think that's the scene where Estelle and Joshua bring in the Black Orbment, and they go ahead and try to activate it, because I saw like some of the purple-ish like effects stuff in like the background there, and all of that definitely reminded me of that Black Orbment awakening scene where it knocks out like some of the power for like I think it was like 5 or 10 seconds and all that. So that's really cool. I like how they tease that, because that's a pretty big moment, not only just for Sky 1, but honestly a pretty big moment for like all of the Sky games, especially kind of going into the second one. So again, that's sick that they do some teases into that. So, and yeah, now that I've gone over that, now let's shift gears over to the Agate slapping scene. Okay, so this scene with Agate kind of telling Tita about some sort of deep stuff, I believe that's right after Estelle, Joshua, Agate, and Tita break Professor Russell out of Lacen Fortress, during that whole big moment during the Zeiss chapter, after you find out about Colonel Richards doing all of the learning about how he's kind of the villain of the game and with the stuff of like the coup d'etat and all that. I believe that's that scene, and kind of like when Agate's telling Estelle and Joshua, "Yo, you guys got to go off to Gransel and warn the Queen about the coup d'etat stuff, and I'll protect Tita and Professor Russell." I believe that's that scene. So that's really cool. I've really been liking how these recent character trailers have kind of been diving a little more into like the end game kind of territory, or at least late middle game for some big moments there. So that's really cool, and it's it's cool for new players as well, because just seeing that you're not really gonna know the context. So even though it kind of is somewhat of a spoiler, I guess you wouldn't really understand what's happening. So I think that's definitely why Falcom chose to incorporate some of those into these character trailers. Outside of the stuff with Professor Russell and the Black Ornament and the agate slapping scene, which, man, now that I'm thinking about it, I probably should give that a better name. The big moment after Lacen Fortress, I'll call it that instead. Outside of all that stuff, it's pretty much the rest of it's kind of just Tita being adorable as she always is, showing stuff off with her cannon and her crafts and all that, and that really cute scene of her kind of snuggling up with Estelle and Joshua, which is super cute. I love how, given more of a chance to show how Estelle and Joshua and Tita, it's like they're kind of like older siblings to her, like the older siblings she never had. So again, really cute trailer, lots of fun. Well, outside of the emotional moments, because emotional moments are not meant to be fun. Outside of that, very fun, very adorable, and yeah, that about wraps up Tita's trailer. So let's move on to talking about Jin's next. Well, I feel like it's only fair to start talking about Jin's trailer with just talking about how much of a badass he is and how much of a good job they showed of him being sick. Like, look at that, with like him with like the rocks, charging him with like the rock Sora, then him doing the aggro stuff after after sipping the drink there, getting everyone pissed off that he's getting the refresher and not them. And then, oh my god, you got the stuff of like him like diving down with the like thunder strike, which I think I remember that craft. That craft seems very familiar to me. I just don't remember the name of it. So that was super sick, and I love how you got the stuff in the beginning where Tita and Dorothy and the rest of the gang see him, and they're like, "Oh my god, you are super big. You are like a bear," and he's like, "Oh wow, bear? All right, man." And which is like poor Jin, but they've never seen someone as big as him. So I guess especially to someone like Tita with how small she is, she would probably think that he's kind of like a monster made for him, but he's really not. He's such a gentle soul, a very gentle giant. He's such a cool, really great character. Even though he does get introduced kind of like towards like the later half of the game, that introduction period certainly doesn't get in his way when it comes to showing more of his character. Because even though he is introduced kind of like they do like well enough of like the time he has in this game of kind of driving the point across of who he is and where he comes from too. And it's also really cool, of course, that with this early on in the game, they're already kind of setting up Calvard stuff with like Trails Through Daybreak, with Jin being not only like the very first like big Calvard character you meet, but he's a Calvard bracer as well, just like what Estelle and Joshua strive to be. I think one of the other parts of the trailer that's also one of my favorite parts of this trailer is I love how they show the scene of Estelle and Joshua and Jin right before they're about to enter into the Gransel fighting tournament towards the end of the game, and how with like the worries they had where they're like, "Oh my god, you're such like a strong bracer, like we're just gonna let you down, we're just tiny junior bracers, we're not as strong as you." And then Jin was kind of encouraging them and not trying to let them trying to let that get them down, being like, "Oh, it's all right, as long as you guys put your strength together, we can overcome this, like you guys will do fine, you guys have come this far after all, so let's get out there, let's have a good time and show them the strength that we can demonstrate when we come together and put our weapons together and our heads and all that stuff." Really great stuff. And then, of course, come on, next up, the scene where they show Olivier helping out with them. Of course, they had to show that as well. The scene where I believe that was also the point where like, oh damn, we need like 4 fighters in total. Three's not going to cut it. And then Olivier, they meet him up by the bar in Gransel, and he's like, dear Stella and Joshua, what a pleasure it is to see you guys again. I would be honored to partake in this fighting festival to assist you. Come, my dear friends, let us go show them the pursuit of love and triumph over with love and all that. You know, the classic Olivier stuff that we all know and love him for. So yeah, after that, that's pretty much it. Kind of where like the trailer ends, because the stuff they show after is the stuff I was already talking about, with like Jin doing like the lightning strike thing into the ground. Very great trailer. Again, loved showing. Well, I'm not the one showing. I'm the one seeing. I loved seeing Falcon showing how much of a badass he is, and diving in more into like the gentle giant stuff that I was talking about, encouraging Estelle and Joshua on their strengths, and how he was saying like, oh, together, you guys can match the strength of a senior breakthrough. Very cool stuff like that. And yeah, that's it for the character trailers, because obviously Jin, that's the last, he's the last main party member of the group. So that kind of leaves me curious where they're gonna take it here for trailers. Like obviously they still have one last region introduction trailer as well. We got the Grancel one. Yeah, speaking of regional trailers, I will be going over the Zeiss one in a little bit after I finish what I'm about to say here. So yeah, they got the Grancel one next. They could show for region stuff, which that's probably definitely gonna happen. And then after that, I'm not really sure. Like maybe if they want, they could give some trailers to like some other characters who aren't part of the main cast. Although I kind of doubt that, considering you've already kind of showed their pieces in like the regional trailers, and especially if you go on to like the website. So I don't know, we'll just have to see. Maybe we'll get some more big gameplay stuff. We have now finally entered August, which means that the Sky Remake is only, well, it's a little over a month away, but September is the next month since we're in August. So it is coming very soon. So maybe they'll surprise us a little bit more with what we got for some trailer stuff. Okay, now that we've gone over the two new character trailers, I just want to go ahead and quickly do a little reaction of the regional trailer for the Region Zeiss trailer as well. I'm probably going to handle this a bit differently. Instead of kind of just like going over and like breaking down things in the trailer, after I go ahead and react to it, I'm going to go ahead and move on over to the website. As I checked earlier, they do have a new updated Zeiss page. So I guess I'll save my talking points for when I'm going over the Zeiss page on the website. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started by reacting to this new Zeiss trailer. Let's do it. Already
Central
off the bat, the
Factory,
music.
the icon
Oh,
of the
the
city
Zeiss
of
remix.
Zeiss and the pinnacle of
Okay, we
orbment
got Tita
technology.
walking around. Makes sense.
I heard it's a massive building. Is that true?
It is very crazy, Joshua.
It
Hey,
is.
Tita's
It
helping
is
with the narrating.
huge.
That's cool. Oh, the
I
factory!
love
Oh,
the
it looks
first
so
time visitors
cool!
Get lost inside because
Oh, that
it's
looks
so
sick.
big.
Oh man, that sounds intimidating.
Oh, great view. Love to see the full 3D view there.
What's
That's
that?
It looks like a moving
Oh,
staircase.
that's right. I forgot they don't know about the escalators. I forgot about
Man,
that.
since the second we got here, it's been non-stop amazing.
Oh, I know I was talking about
That
earlier,
over
but
there
this
is
Zeiss
Elmo
remix
Village.
is so good. Oh, the Hot Springs Village.
Finally.
Yes. Oh, yes.
I'm so excited for the
Hell
hot
yeah,
springs.
man. Hey there, Professor Russell.
I did it! It's finally complete.
Estelle,
Kalika.
Joshua, welcome to the Zeiss Bracer Guild.
But as soldiers,
Maximilian!
we have no right
Sid!
to question
Oh,
the
I
decisions
remember
of
you.
our
You were cool.
superiors.
Gustav,
Not
right?
bad
The,
for a young girl
mechanic
like
guys
you.
around
You've
here.
got guts.
Oh, that's a great voice for him. Oh, that was so cool.
Trails
That
in
was
the
sick.
Sky,
I love that.
First chapter.
Getting to hear the new remix.
Accepting pre-orders
Getting to
now.
show a little bit of the tour of the
There
factory.
has
That
to
was
be
sick.
something I can
And
do.
then also the Elmo Village stuff and all that.
Falcon.
Oh my god, I can't wait for this remake, man. I cannot wait. It's going to be so, so good. Alright, we're here at the website now, so we can go ahead and go over the side stuff. Let's go ahead and get to it right off the bat. Oh, that's cool. That's also recent as well. We got, I didn't catch this last time I checked it. We got a notebook page. Okay, I'll probably check that out after. But here we go. This is the one I want to check out. The Encounters in Zeiss page. Since it obviously goes over the characters that they mentioned in the character trailer. So, of course, let's start off with Tita's grandfather, Professor Albert Russell. A genius orbital engineer of the Liberal Kingdom, a free-spirited, eccentric orbital engineer. Professor Russell is a legendary genius who paved the way in advancing orbital technology. He founded the Zeiss Engineering Factory, now the Zeiss Central Factory, and is credited with inventing the modern-day airship. He is also recognized as one of the three great disciples of Professor C. Epstein, the inventor of orbits. We got some some funny pictures of him over here. Okay, there we go. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Some more black orbit stuff, like the trailer. Oh, and I think that was like one of his assistant friends. I think I remember that. I was like, I think that was during one of the scenes where something in the factory goes a bit crazy and all that. So that's very cool. Next up, Let's move on to Kalika Ruin, our Bracer Guild receptionist of the Zeiss branch, receptionist of the Bracer Guild, Zeiss branch, a woman from the Calvard Republic who serves as the receptionist for the Zeiss branch of the Bracer Guild. Always thinking 2 or 3 steps ahead and preparing for the worst-case scenario, Kalika possesses remarkable analytical skills that far exceed what would be expected of a guild receptionist. She is also said to be well-versed in martial arts and has known the Bracer Jin from the Republic for many years. And yeah, their relationship is something I always thought was pretty interesting in the Sky game as well, especially when they go more into it into the second game. But they do some little teases though here and there in the first game, like this right over here with her acting all smug with him nearby. I think that's probably when Estelle and the gang first meet her. And here's a scene with Agate. I don't entirely remember that scene. That's probably... So I remember Agate doesn't come in until the Zeiss stuff until a little bit later. You run into Tita first, so that's probably after like good maybe hour-ish, maybe, or maybe 30 minutes. I don't entirely remember the Zeiss stuff. Okay, next up we got Major Maximilian Sid, the commanding officer of Lacen Fortress. The commanding officer of Lacen Fortress, Major Sid is a deeply sincere individual who values military discipline and holds himself to high standards. His actions have earned him the trust and respect of his subordinates. As a versatile fighter who excels in both swordsmanship and orbital arts, Sid's skill ranks among the very top in the entire royal army of the world. So yeah, just like how Cassius used to be during the 100 Days War, Sid was also among one of the people in the army as well. I think they maybe also talk about how he was involved in the 100 Days War as well. I think they go over some of that stuff, but I've always really loved Sid. He doesn't really have like a ton of screen time compared to like other characters in this game, but I don't know why. It's kind of hard to explain considering he doesn't do a super lot in the first game. I mean, there's some things he do, but it's not like anything like that goes on for like a really long time. I don't know, there's something about him that I've always just thought was really cool. I think it's like his personality, like that kind of calm, stoic kind of like personality that he has. Something about that is just really cool. Sorry about that, didn't mean to do that. Here we go, we got another scene with him by the factory stuff. And then we got him by some army guards. I think that's probably when he's secretly assisting Estelle in the gang. Maybe with the Lacen Fortress break-in and all that to get Professor Russell back. And last but not least, we have Maintenance Chief Gustav, the Maintenance Chief of the Zeiss Central Factory. The Maintenance Chief of the Zeiss Central Factory, easily recognizable by his bandana and unshaven stubble. Despite his no-nonsense, hard-working personality, he also possesses a surprisingly easygoing side, showing patience and understanding toward Factory Chief Murdoch's anxieties and Professor Russell's troublesome tendencies. Gustav also works as the chief overseer of the factory ship Leibniz, the pride of Zeiss. His skills as a mechanic are highly regarded by everyone around him. He is a very great mechanic. His personality would kind of show you at first glance that maybe he seems much kind of like a slacker, but he does do his due diligence sorry, to the role, and is very good. Now with the Zeiss introduction stuff done, let's go ahead and close things off by heading up the Helpful Notebooks page on the website here. Bracer Essentials, Helpful Notebooks for Adventure. Bracer Notebook. This notebook automatically records details of quests from the guild's bulletin board, as well as details regarding key story events. When a quest is completed, you will unlock a commemorative photo and a short comment from Estelle. Oh, that's really cute. I don't remember I think that's a new thing, the comment from Estelle. I think that's new. I think, maybe? I don't know. I mean, I do remember, I think that some of the other Future Trails games, they do like the thing where it's like, they kind of say like, oh, we did this thing. But I don't think Estelle had a little cute comment, or at least the way they're structuring it in this picture feels different, even though obviously, as you can probably obviously tell, I can't read Japanese, but that does feel kind of different. Although, I don't know, I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. So that's really cute. But yeah, of course, like I was kind of saying, the notebook, if you've, to any new players to Trails, if you've somehow, or I guess to the Sky games, if you somehow have played the other Trails games before this one, this is just the Sky versions of the notebook stuff, how you look at like your side quests, your main story quests, and also stuff like this with the combat handbook to dive into details on the enemies that you encounter on the journey. Enemy information is automatically registered in this notebook when enemies are either defeated or stunned in battle, displaying basic stats, elemental weaknesses, item drops, and more. This handbook allows players to gain an advantage in combat. And here we go, of course, it wouldn't be a Trails game without our recipe books as well, being able to cook foods, and I like the way they formulated that. Oh my god, we got Estelle with a chef hat. Okay, that's super new. That's adorable. That's really cute. I was just about to say, I really hope they model off the cooking off of like the Daybreak games, because well, I'm still going through Daybreak 1, but I'm a good chunk into it. I've already got like 70 plus hours into it, and I'm in chapter 3, and I love how Daybreak handles the cooking stuff. Like it feels a little bit different compared to how like the past games did it, but considering the Sky Remake has already kind of been taking notes and taking some stuff from Daybreak, especially with like biggest thing being with like the combat, with like the hybrid system of action stuff and on field turn-based stuff. I hope they take some notes for the cooking. Maybe that's what Estelle of the chef hat and the little spoon thing is for. I loved. Oh my god, I can't. Of course, when I want to talk about this, I can't entirely remember the stuff I want to say. The stuff with the food, where it's like the gourmet points. There we go. That's what I was trying to think of. The gourmet points. How they had like each time you eat a food for the first time. When you eat a food item for the first time, you get like the gourmet points that opens up into like the gourmet book that gives you like stat buffs and all that. I don't see anything with that in here, but maybe they could have like carryovers somehow, the eat for the first time bonus in some way, shape, or form. That would be really nice to have as well. I don't think I read the rest of this recipe book thing, so I'll just go ahead and do that as well. Meals that Estelle and the party eat during their adventure are automatically logged in this book, and players can use ingredients in their inventory to cook unique dishes. When dishes made for the first time, it may grant special effects such as stat boosts for party members. Some dishes may even inspire party members to come up with their own recipe variation. Okay, so that's kind of like the Cold Steel games, how they do that. Okay, well, I still hope they do take that gourmet point, like adjacent stuff from Daybreak. That'd be really cool. And last thing, we got book list. Issues of liberal news and volumes of novels acquired in game are automatically added to a reading collection, allowing players to review their content at any time. At this point, it's really just kind of, you know, all the stuff listed above. The other stuff, that's how it is. And all the games where you get to browse through all the newspapers you collect and buy throughout the game, and all of the books that you collect as well. That just about wraps things up on all the stuff I want to talk about today in the Trails in the Sky remake. So I'm going to go ahead and end things off right there after the notebook. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed going over the Tita, Zin, and Zeiss trailer and a little bit of the website stuff with me. We're almost there. We're getting so close to the release of the Trails in the Sky remake. I'm so excited. We're in August 2nd at the time of recording this, although it's probably going to be the 3rd by the time I put this out. September 19th is kind of just around the corner. We got a little bit over a month to go, but the fact that we've already entered August is like, it's like, oh my god, I already know I'm going to be even more in like a state where every single day I'm going to be like, oh please, I want this game to come out now, or we're like one day closer. It's going to be something that I've like marked on my calendar like months ago. I'm so excited, and I can't wait to see what else they got in store. And speaking of what else they got in store, kind of just what I was saying earlier, like I'm very curious to see what they're gonna do with trailers outside of showing us the Granta one, because that wraps up for like character trailers and stuff. So I'm curious to see what else they got in store for us. I feel like I was saying a little bit, I feel like they've got to have something, at least one thing that's kind of a little more special. I don't know what that would be, but I feel like they've got to maybe do that. Maybe some bigger thing, since we're almost there. But we'll just have to wait and see. So, of course, as always, if any more news comes our way on the Sky Remake, you know I'll be right there to make a video talking about it. So right now, it's only just a matter of waiting. So once again, thank you guys so much for watching. Really hope you guys enjoyed, and are also very excited and looking forward to the Trails in the Sky Remake. And yeah, so with that, I'll see you guys in the next Trails in the Sky Remake video. Peace out, Zamir.